There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Saturday morning live podcast on Prince. Michael Dean, Big Sexy, sir. How are you?
Doing well, still in transition at the office, doing things and getting new staff members in place. It's starting to blow up a little bit.
Okay, damn. I like the little staff members, you know, the growth, the vision. I love it. And welcome to all of the people this morning, wherever you are around the world. Who we got? Who we got to give up first? Lars Deuces. I'm sorry. But you got number one. You the first one in the chat. Deja, how you doing? Good morning. Yes, I'm going to shout you out. This show, what we're going to talk about is from something that you sent me. Kyle, what's going on, sir? Come on in, everybody. Welcome Saturday morning live. We're here.
Wait,
having
Kyle's
a good
in
time.
here? Oh, who let Kyle in here?
Yeah,
Man?
Kyle's in the
Come
building.
What's up,
Thomas
man?
Jordan, what's going on? So yeah, man, come on in. Let's get acclimated. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, Michael. Trying to do too much. But yes, good morning. Come on in, everybody. Yes, we're going to talk about Prince getting slapped. What? They pulled a Will Smith on my boy. I don't know, man. I'm feeling some kind of way, but I don't know the whole story. So we're gonna play this. Benjamin, good morning. How you doing?
I keep them looking good, pretty, and all that, but no dough.
Yeah. Welcome. Good morning. You know how I like to do. Get our little groove on. Uh-oh. Kyle said he got that package for you, Mark.
Cool.
I don't know what kind of business y'all doing.
we don't talk about the connect on the
The plug is in the chat. What's up? Well, shout out to Kyle, man, because he do have a lot of cool memorabilia and different things.
All right.
So we respect that. Is the music too loud, y'all? Shout out to Black Milk. You know what I'm saying? This is some of his stuff.
Oh, cool.
Anil, what's going on, sir? Uh-oh, here we go. What you got to say?
Uh-oh.
Wow. Well, I don't know what to say. But welcome. Man, but before we get started, how you doing, Mark?
I'm doing great. Had to go out of town again for court. And a couple of weeks ago, I put on Facebook how that particular judge wasn't buying the sexy. Well, that changed yesterday. I was back to normal. That's right. Okay. I walked in there, asked for the world, got the world. Said, you know what? I'm not done. I need this too. And she gave me everything I asked for, plus. So we are back to normal. All is right with the world. I run the courtroom. There it is.
There you go. Man, we got to get you in the building with the Prince Estate.
Londell, call me.
Hilarious. But man, just another week. I was thinking this morning, because last night I stayed up late. I was listening to some Prince as usual. And I started listening to Love Bazaar came on. Mm-mm. You've heard this song so many times. It's almost like you take it for granted. Like, oh yes, Love Bazaar. Yeah, but I was just really, I see you, Neil. I was just like really, really listening to it. And I was like, man, this song is ridiculous. Like, and it's a no-brainer Prince jam. The fact that he basically gave that to Sheila E. to let her come out through her, because he could have easily just put that out himself. I mean, he's singing on it too. And it's just a burner, man. I was like, damn. And the version that's on her album is like, what, 10 minutes? Or something like that. I mean,
something like that.
I mean, they go in on it's not just an edited single. It's like it's the full jam. At least I assume it's the full jam. I was just like, man, ridiculous. It made me think. So listening to that, it made me think. I was like, I wish I could start all over. Like I wish I could rediscover Prince for the first time. You know what I mean? Remember when you first sort of fell into Prince and you heard something that got you in, and then you was like, oh, he's got all of this stuff. You know, at least that was my sort of take when I fell into Prince from Purple Rain and then going backwards and then going forward. Some people may have started at the beginning, but just that sense of discovery. Like, I wish I could do that again. And I guess partly for us, some of the older fans, it's like, well, when they put out unreleased material, that kind of gives you that feeling like, oh, I never heard this, or this is something new. But I tip my hat, and I am so envious to newer fans or people just getting into it. Just can you imagine like what it would feel like to just like, you've heard of Prince before? Maybe your parents was into it, or whoever you've seen it. Now he's not here, but then you at some point it clicks that, yo, this cat is something serious. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and then just there's all of this music. I would just love to if I could go back. Like I would, you know, what would be funny? Like if I could be transplanted into a younger person, but knew some of the things I knew back then, but be able to like, you won't know Prince, you'll discover Prince's music all over again. I'll be like, you know what, maybe sign me up for that. Like that might be a hell of an experience. I don't know. I just was thinking about that this morning. I'm just like, God, there's so much to be amazed at. And it's easy to be jaded, or just to that you've heard it so many times that you just kind of forget how great or how special some of these songs are. I mean, a lot of these songs are, but the ones that we would hold as hits, you know, I feel the same way with Purple Rain. I would almost, everyone who like, all the fans who like, I don't want to hear Purple Rain. Imagine if they just took that out of your brain and you never heard it before. You get to experience this all over again. And maybe you remember why people are on this thing so hard, like why you were on it so hard. That may be just me. I don't know. What do you think, Mark? Like, would you ever thought about like just sort of rediscovering, or just that discovery period and what that feels like?
Well, for me, you know, I knew who he was with Soft and Wet. I knew who he was. In fact, when I first saw I Want to Be Your Lover and he had that perm, I'm like, who's the guy with the Carol Brady season 2 looking hair up here? Get him out of here. And then I saw a couple of years later, did I see the video for Sexuality? And I hear him talk in that deep voice, you know, reproduction of the new breed, leaders stand up, organize. I'm like, okay, what's going on here? And then, you know, for me, the best part was like you know, learning about all the unreleased stuff, all the stuff he did overseas, and like, you know, all these alter egos, and like, what is all this? You know, I loved it. You don't get that anymore either, man. That sucks.
Yeah, that's, you know, that's and we didn't plan on talking about this, so I'll just kind of run a tangent for a second. But that level of discovery, like that's why I still kind of I still look for new artists to a degree. But the only problem is, and I hate to sound like the old guy, but it's like the music just not captivating me enough. You know what I mean? To like want to go dig deeper into what they're doing. I mean, there's a very few artists like that, but I'm always looking like, oh, this is what's if somebody put me on to something like, yo, you need to check this out. And then you'd be like, okay, wow. I will say this, and I hate bringing my man's name up, not because I don't like him, but it's an easy go-to. But that's how I was with Bruno. Like, I wasn't into when he had all them pop hits and all that. I mean, I obviously knew who it was, but I was like, I'm good. I could see he's somewhat talented, but it just doesn't speak to me. It wasn't until my man Tobias, I said this before. Matter of fact, we were in Minneapolis. We had went out there for the Piano on the Mic. And it was that night of the show, and we were driving in Paisley. And he was like, yo, man, I know you heard of this Bruno, but you need to listen to us. I was like, stop playing. Stop. Don't even. Like, you know me. Don't do that. But he's like, let's listen to it. So we played it. And I was like, I see what you're saying. Like, okay. Yeah. And that was before the 24K, or what was the other big song he had?
Runaway Baby.
No, there was the one that the boom, 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 boom.
Uptown Funk.
It was before all that, right? And I was like, okay, I was like, yeah, I could see it a little bit, but I didn't think nothing about it. I was like, if my man said it, he don't be playing, cool. And then when you start coming out with these other songs, I was like, oh, that's. And my man's like, see, I told
I
you,
told you.
told you. I was like, okay. And now I'm on, Silk Sonic and the last time. I'm like, okay.
I'm the same way with that. I knew like you said, the pop hits. I want to marry you. Yeah, whatever. And then I saw him the night that Whitney passed at the Grammys,
Mm.
and they came out and did "Runaway Baby." I'm like, what is going on here? Who is this dude? And he followed up with like "Treasure," I believe. I'm like, okay, I'm in this now. Oh,
Right.
that's cold, Kyle. Come on.
Now Kyle old Eric Estrada. Young folks like, who the hell? Eric Estrada was the man back then. The Chips, man, you taking me back.
Oh man.
Who was Eric Estrada today? Like, I don't.
Exactly.
Yeah, he was that. It just threw me off. Yeah, Eric Estrada was he had a little suit with didn't he have shorts and all that little stuff? Like they was doing that back then.
I remember the one episode he tried to do like roller disco to Cool and the Gang Celebrate.
Hilarious.
Like, no, this is wrong. This is wrong.
Chips. That was the show
Chips.
back then. Like it's kind of like, okay, you got the white dude, good looking white dude, the Hispanic cat. He was like one of the rare Mexican, Hispanic, whatever, leads. It was doing it big. Yeah, that was Chips. I forgot about that. Then they had a remake of Chips.
They did?
It was a movie, right? It was. I never seen it.
Oh, that's right. They
trash.
did. Oh, it was terrible.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But yeah, shout out to Eric Estrada, man. That was a big deal back then, man. He was like I would say he's probably was the TV version of the Rock. That might sound crazy. I don't know about all that.
No. I can't give you that.
Eric Estrada. Where's Eric Estrada now? You don't ever hear about these cats, man.
He'll pop up on a reality show here and there every so often,
That's what's up. All right. Hey, welcome to everyone coming in. Good stuff. But yeah, just this rediscovery of Prince, man. I love it. That's why I love that there's all of this other information out there. There's all these different podcasts and books, music and stuff. So definitely something not to be taken lightly. All right, let me jump into a few comments and then we're going to get into Lisa Stansfield, Will Smith, and my man Prince. I don't like it. I don't like the sound of it. Terrence Franklin said, hey, Mike and Big Sexy, have you guys been watching the ongoing series Once Upon a Time in Minneapolis? It is the most comprehensive study on Prince that I have ever seen. Have I seen it? Absolutely. That's my man. Yeah, we definitely support that. Shit, you hear us on that bad boy sometimes. But no, I would implore all fans or new people definitely go check that out. Like those are great. You've seen those, right, Mark? Uh-oh, did we lose?
Boom. Yes, I have. Yes, I have.
He was checking to make sure, Mike, are we coming? I'm just joking. No, we full support. Salute. I was just, as a matter of fact, they came out with a new video, I think, this morning. And I saw a lot. I was watching it, jumped in the chat. So I'll be out in the internet streets. Oh, sorry. But yes, excellent series. Everybody, let's give them props. Definitely. That's a lot of work to do something like that. And that's another thing too, man. Like I love the Prince community of Prince fans because there's a lot of talented people in this, and there's people that's putting in all this work just to push it forward, man, just for the love of Prince, just on GP. So when cat like that is doing the documentary series, you can't do nothing but salute. I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all, to be real honest with you. When they first came out, my man hit me up. I was watching. I was like, okay. I was like, is that one of my interviews in there? I can't. And sometimes you can hear our laugh a little bit when, before we would cut it. And we kind of both. You could hear like I was like, oh, that's okay. But I was like, hey, part of me is like, charge it to the game. You know what I'm saying? You put stuff out there. It's for the community. All good. The other part of me, the Prince mind of me was like, who putting that out though? Like, you want to know, like, I want to check the temperature and see what's going on, what's the vibe. So we actually got on the phone and chopped it up with my man. Solid individual, dope. So I was like, you know what, brother? Do whatever you want. You can use my stuff any way you want. Salute. I support it. I know where it's coming from, and I understand the intention of it. Nothing but love. So, for me, full support. I'm all in. I just wanted to say that because some people have hit me up like, hey, and I'll say, well, you know what? That's my man. It was a line that Ice-T said on one of his records. He was talking about Professor Griff. He was like, I don't care what he said. That's my man. I'm standing with him. So that's how I'm like, that's my guy. Also, I want to shout out real quick. I see you in here. Mr. Morris Miles. Salute, sir. I see you doing your thing, man.
Morris Mills, man.
Morris Mills, excuse me. Listen, I'm looking at 100 different things if you could see it from my angle, but Morris Mills, sir, salute to you. Dope musician. He's out here doing his thing. So we just want to show him some love.
Before we go further, I want to touch on one thing about discovering new music and things. BB put up that they were deeply into music by Janelle Monáe. And I got to Janelle Monáe through, remember how Prince would do the, oh God, what do you call it? Like the late night from Paisley Park live things,
Mm-hmm.
On like the live stream. That's how I got into it. Because they played the remix of Queen. Yeah. They played that remix. I'm like, what is it? Okay. Hey. Mm-hmm. And it got me straight to Janelle Monáe.
Yeah, man. I remember Janelle Monáe when she first came out. She was with Big Boy from Outkast, and then I think she was signed to Diddy's label. Like I just remember always seeing her with with Big Boy and Outkast, and I was like, oh, okay, and the whole Android thing. So it was dope to see Prince, click up with her and really sort of mentor, and was really putting a spotlight. That was dope, man. And let me just say, Janelle Monáe, if you're listening to this,
here we go.
I'm just saying. Lord. All right. But beautiful sister. Beautiful. Women. But anyway, I digress. All right. Let's just get into this little reaction. We're gonna watch this for the first times ourselves. Let me get over to here. All right, y'all got your popcorn and I got my water. I don't know what time it is where you are at, but we're going to get into this. And Lisa Stansfield, we know who she is. I at least I know a little bit.
That one song, Round
is
the
it?
World,
Yeah, that's a staple for us. I mean, listen, there are only so few that we will be like, you good? We'll play that. We legitimately will bump that. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, Lisa Stansfield. I don't know nothing else really about her, but I know like she cool just off of that song. Like I'm gonna give her the benefit of the doubt somewhat. So yeah, she's who else I would throw into that category? Shoot. I was just listening to my man Hall & Notes. But they got hits though.
Man, I was bumping some Hall & Notes in the car the other day too.
Yeah, Hall & Notes is. You ain't even got to say nothing. Yeah, come on. Well, I guess what they say now, come to the cookout or barbecue. Yeah, come on. Or I would say you can come over grandmama's house for dinner because normally you walk in there. But I'll be like, yeah, come on through. Come on through.
Hodolove.
There you go.
Couldn't tell me.
Now you see, you got me on a tangent. we're not going to go down that road, but shout out to Michael McDonald.
I keep forgetting.
Shit,
No,
even
no, no,
Kenny
no.
Loggins. I fuck with Kenny Loggins heavy. But without further ado, let's listen to the young lady. And so she's on a radio show. This is from a few years ago. I had never heard of this. Shout out to Deja Green in the chat. She the one sent this to me in the Discord. I was like, what? But she's going to tell a story, and the announcer or the host is actually saying, hey, there's a story about your mom meeting Prince. And so she's going to tell that. And I will tell you from way that she's talking, this happened during the Rock in Rio. When you remember Prince was doing the Rock in Rio, I think this was in the 90s, early 90s.
Like
yeah. So I guess this is that time. So without further ado, let me make sure I got this. Here we go.
It's sort of a series of events, really. 2 events. So one, we were doing this thing called Rock in Rio in Brazil.
Oh yeah,
Rio. So
yeah.
Doing it, I was doing it, and there was just one club where everyone went in Rio
afterwards or whatever.
Yeah, and everyone would go there in the evening, and so everyone's going, Prince has arrived today. Prince has arrived today. And everyone's looking out for Prince, and then everybody goes to this club, and there's like a little mezzanine thing, and he does he did, sorry, he did like a bit of a mezzanine VIP area just for Prince, and I just always used to think, oh, it's a bit wanky, really, isn't it? And so
yeah, it's a little bit much, right?
I get this guy come over, and like I'm sitting with Ian, my husband, and this guy comes over and he said, oh, Prince has arrived. He's up on the mezzanine and he would really like to meet you. And I'm like, no, I'm not.
Take a jaw
because
off
I'm
floor.
Obviously just like really frightened. Like, oh my God, I can't meet Prince. What am I going to do? And I said, oh, no, I'm all right. I'll just stay here. And Ian went, oh, for fuck's sake. He said, go and meet him. He said, you'll never get another opportunity to meet him. He said, go and meet him. Don't be so shy. And so I went up, and obviously I'm still really in a state about everything. And he keeps talking to me. And he kept sort of flirting with me. And I thought it was quite inappropriate.
Right.
And because I was really nervous, I got really flustered and I slapped him across the face.
Come on.
Bullshit.
Let me ask you a question. What does she have on her head? Cap. Come on. And then we're gonna continue on. So you was flustered and you slapped him, or are you saying like, or you're saying that he was so out of pocket that you was offended that you slapped Prince? Okay, let's keep going.
And after I'd slapped him, but it's like there was a balcony about this high, like just a sort of balustrade onto the dance floor. And he jumped up onto the balcony, the balustrade, and he looked back at me after I'd slapped his face, and he just said, I think I'm going to dance. And he jumped onto the dance floor, and it was the most incredible thing I've ever seen.
That's like out of a...
I'm doing the exact same gas face, Mike.
Stop it. So let's back up. Ha! So you're talking about Prince Roger Nelson, superstar. This in the 90s. He sends a guy, say, hey, Prince want to holler at you. Oh, okay. Now, you know, Prince be having bodyguards
everywhere.
You know, the biggest brush, shout out to all the bodyguards that we've talked to, personal security. They ain't nobody playing around. You come in, he's getting at you. This is Prince, and he's basically over macking. I guess I'm offended, and you're nervous from all the supposedly he's spitting at you, and then you so nervous. Morris is gonna help me. Prince was trying to holler at me. And then he's supposed to eat that. Right? He was on his Chris Rock where he's like, she just knocked my shit off, right? Prince is supposed to eat that in front of everybody. And then he's like, watch me dance. And he's pulling Batman moves where he jumped up on the balcony and then dove down into the dance floor. Come on, man. Stop. You don't got to do this for promo. Now, I guess the other part, well, how it did happen, Mike. She slapped the shit out of Prince. And then he dove up, he jumped on the balcony and dove down and started gigging.
Prince video for a song.
And I just thought, oh my God, I've messed that up so bad. He's never, ever going to want to talk to me ever again. And then the night after, my mum and dad arrived and we went to the same club. And I'm sitting with my mum and I said, oh, I met Prince last night and I've slapped him across the bed. I feel so terrible. And so Prince gets onto the dance floor and he's got like all these bodyguards around him, 8 feet tall bodyguards. So they're all holding hands. So there's a space underneath all of their arms. So they're forming a circle around Prince. My mum was 5 foot tall. And she just slipped under their arms, made a beeline for Prince. And she walked up to him and she said, oh, hello, Prince. I'm Lisa's mum. And she got hold of his hand and she went, oh, haven't you got small hands like a little boy?
No, come on. She
and
said
she
that.
just shook his.
Oh, God. The fuck out of here.
Stop. You have small hands he's like a little child.
And she's gonna navigate, the big 8 foot tall bodyguards. Just get by them and just roll up on them. Yeah, okay.
Y'all something else. Y'all something else. I wish Prince was here.
His hand and said, see you later. And I just thought, oh my God, that poor man must think, I never want to see the Stansfield family ever again.
Right. He gets slapped and then he gets back.
He did talk to me again. And he was very, very nice.
Well, he probably respected your toughness, your, whatever it was.
Nerves. That was me being nervous. And
right.
pathetic.
It's Lisa Stansfield.
I've heard enough. God damn it. Big Sexy, what's your thoughts on this?
Man, let me just get ready. Get your popcorn ready. This is some bull.
I'm capping, baby.
All right. First of all, let's break it down into the elements here. She's at the club with her husband, okay, and he's like, "Yeah, baby, go off and meet Prince." Bullshit. That didn't happen. Second of all, BB, I don't believe her. Sorry. Second of all, she runs up in there, and Prince has been known to be in the company of the most beautiful women on the planet at any given time. Lisa, you ain't one of them. Sorry.
Hey.
And the thing is, a lot of people, when someone famous, leaves us, then the stories come out. Okay, this happened in 1991. Ain't nobody heard a peep out of this till now. Fuck out of here. No. And then the fact that she walked and Prince has never come across to me as one who would say something skeevy or disrespectful to warrant a smack. He didn't walk up, hey, take off your panties. I'm not wear it like that. So she got bent out of shape, allegedly, and then she's going to go throwing hands? Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. And then she's coming back to the club the next day with mom and dad, and he's at the club with his bodyguard crew, and mom just, maneuvers through all the big guys.
So her mom is out in the clubs and she be out in the actual dance floor and she see a group of big brothers. Oh,
let me just dip on through here.
His hands are so small. You're just like a good child. I feel so sorry for you, black man. Nah, he set him straight. She set him straight. Hey man, I believe her. She set him straight. So the next night, he came with respect. He better respect that woman. You're British royalty, man.
Lisa can take a seat on the bus next to what's her name, Sinead O'Connor. Both fucking crazy. That's right. I said it.
What's going on with my sisters over there, man? I'm
buying that, man.
I never heard this story before. This is some new stuff for me. But hey, I wasn't there. But hey, you say Lisa Stansfield slapped Prince. He dove off the balcony, started dancing a jig. Sure.
Yeah. Okay. Sure.
Oh, was it face down?
Prince don't know who she is.
Who in the Prince family was there? Man, I need to know. Like one of the band members or something. Any security? Y'all remember this? You ever mention? Yo, man. Do you ever be like, Morris? You know, Lisa, she slapped me. And for real? Yeah, fuck that bitch, man. But don't tell that's a new one. All right. Tales from the Cap, The Purple Rain. That's the book I want. Somebody need to put a compilation of all the Tales from the Purple Cap. You can go gather them all up. I wrote that, and I.
You see what Kyle wrote? Kyle coming at me. That's terrible, Mark.
That's terrible. Listen, I'm not, like I said, she had that cut that I know. I'm sure she's had a ton of songs. Listen,
come on now.
I'm having fun.
A couple of hits,
Yeah, she's doing her thing. We're not gonna go there. But it's just funny how certain individuals would tell these stories, and when people ain't around, or you're gonna see. The thing is, man, I'm just say if it was true. If it is true, I thought we're not really. I thought like when you slapping people, that's not a good thing. Like it's violence, right? Like just because somebody says something to you, don't mean you get to disrespect. Like imagine if this was the other way around, and Prince had slapped her. He'd be ready to pull it off the shelf. This is unacceptable. We cannot be in business with the. It'd be calls for canceling and all this other. But when it's this way, it's just kiki he respected your toughness.
Shit.
Now, if Prince would have slapped this, and then she jumped out and Prince, who do you think I am? Security. He'd be having to write another Hello song, right? But he's just laughing it up. But anyway, King and Queen, thank you to the best YouTube Prince channel around. Keep it up. Lisa is lying like Apples is lying about writing Manic Monday. Peace.
Apples didn't write shit.
Ask Jill Jones. She's the only real one, I believe. Hey, thank you so much. I appreciate it. But yeah, man, it's just that's a funny story. Let me get off of that there. Yeah, so
it's a bullshit story.
Maybe and Lisa, ma'am, if you want to come on the show and clear this up, we welcome you with love. But it's just no, I'm serious. Like I'm having fun, but it's just like, come on, man. Are we gonna start hearing more stories like this? And again, maybe it happened.
Her husband.
But why tell it like that? Yeah.
Somebody disrespect your wife. You got to go check that dude, man. So I'm not buying.
I guess she's the wrong one. Apparently she's the baddest. I'm like, I'm slapping brothers, setting them straight, giving them some straightening, and then I see him the next day. Like what? So she was basically saying the next day at the club, this is so gangster. I slapped that nigga. Don't talk to me, goofy. And then the next day, it's on site. My mama, literally, all my mama ran up on Prince. And he was surrounded by all these big girls. We don't care. And my mama grabbed his hand. Oh, you're just like a child. I actually I have a problem with kind of shit like that. But it's just like, come on, man. But we had to get out here talking about
not remotely possible that happened. Sorry.
Man, she pulled the Will Smith Prince. Right.
You know, I'm gonna go ahead and say it. Why is it that, and I'm not going to make this a gender thing because men are even worse at it too. Why is it that the, shall we say, more, fuck it, I'm saying it, the least good looking people always roll up and say the superstars stepped in them and they turned them down. Like I see fellows roll up, man, if Halle Berry ran up on me, I'd tell I have to know. Fuck out of here, man, please. So she's going to tell me what her, and somebody put this in the chat, somebody said her Tracy Ullman looking ass. You know, Prince runs up on her and she ain't having it. Get out of town.
Y'all pulling them old school references.
I don't want to hear that shit.
Shout out to Deja. Glad to give you the content, Michael. Whoa, here white women privileges for real. Prince did right by leaving immediately and not reacting. He ain't messing up his reputation. Well, Deja said it. Now I give again, if it's true, I guess we have to say good for Prince for not slapping back or getting one of the homies or getting who would have been the protege, getting Rosie or might have been too young, get one or maybe I don't know, he had them twin girls at that time, but whoever, maybe Robin Power or something, and then go on and beat the brakes off for her. Good thing he didn't do that. Because he probably would have, it wouldn't have went well for his career. They would have had him. But yeah, this wild. That's a wild story. You a wild girl, Lisa. You wild. How that sat on YouTube for 3 years and I ain't seen that. That's funny. I hope Black Twitter get a hold of this clip and go in on her. Where my Prince hive? God damn it! Where you know what? Where are my Lipstick Alley sisters at? And y'all supposed to. That's just for those who know. It's a website. You know, that's one of them forums, the old school forums that they go in and they got a Prince section on there. I jump on there from time to time. I see this be talking slick, but I love it. But where maybe y'all don't already went on that, but here is the mission. If you so choose to accept it, light this up. Give them the same energy everybody else get. We need the same conversation. Keep your hands to yourself. Did you see that video, Big Sexy? And so you don't be in the Discord anymore, but there was a video that's making the rounds. It's a guy. It's at the airport. He gets into it with a woman.
Security guard?
I think he's an employee of the airport. It's Spirit Airlines, I believe. And it's wild, man. Hands are being thrown and it's horrible. But it's just like, yo, we don't need to be putting hands on each other. Especially if you're not in no danger. And, at the end of the day, we're talking about Prince. That's our hero. We protect, just like y'all got Cobain and McCartney and Lennon, which we respect and hold up. You can't watch your mouth when you talk about. That's how we on some Prince. Watch your mouth. Like, we're not going to let you throw the stories out, and there's not going to be no kind of pushback. So that's why in a playful, loving way. Lisa? What's that Prince song? Lisa! Don't do it. Don't do it. Got another Deja coming on here. It's a serious question. Which Prince girl do you think would have thrown the hands for Prince if you
Shit,
actually
all of them.
them?
Joe.
Back in the day, I could maybe you said shoot, Cat.
Yeah,
Cat ain't playing. Probably what do you think, Robin?
yeah.
Maybe. Shoot, that's a good question. That's a good question.
Wendy.
Interesting.
Wendy, you step to Wendy, see what happens.
And Pooh said Cat, definitely.
Oh, Aunt Pooh's in the building. What's up, dog?
Chat, Vanity. Yeah, Cat. Hey, everybody's Cat hands down. I see you, Aunt Pooh. Stop. Yeah,
Put
man.
Sinead O'Connor in there.
Yeah, like go on and get. I'm trying to think. What's yeah, I guess so. I hate to be like, oh, all of the black ones. That's not right.
I didn't say that.
I know. No, Aunt Pooh is like, oh, the melanated.
I'll see. And here you go.
Oh, it's cute.
Aunt Q, man. Come on, man.
Oh man. Shoot. Apollonia after the whooping she got on the movie. I'm just joking. Kid's gonna help me. You said Bonnie. Ooh, the Bay.
Bay Area.
Yeah.
Well, if we're going there, then Sheila.
Yeah. But we're not going there. Come on. Kim Bay say Kim Berry. Kim's not playing. Not gonna play with y'all too many times. But yeah, I don't know what else to say about Lisa, man. Salute to you. This ain't the move. I don't think you don't need this kind of promo.
No.
Just put the music out, man. Just even if the story is true, I just question why even.
Why wait? Why now?
Why clout chase that one? You don't want that as your tag. Like, oh, I slapped Prince.
30 years after the incident. Now it's coming out. Get out.
If you would have came out and said that when he was here, cut. But
if you came out,
go ahead.
If you'd have came out and said that when Diamonds and Pearls dropped right around that same time, or okay, well, we'll take a look at this. But you're gonna sit on this for 30 years. And your husband was there, your mom was there at the club doing her thing. Get out of here, man. This did not happen. Fuck out of here.
Yeah, because Prince was macking too hard. He said something. What would he have said that was that inappropriate? Like, I don't. Why would he have to say something like that anyway? Like,
exactly.
Talking about Prince.
I'm Prince. I'm the most beautiful woman on the planet, and that's not you. But you're gonna smack me. Get out of here.
Unless somebody's gonna come out. Oh, well, that was his get down. No,
bullshit.
He wasn't. He wasn't disrespectful.
No.
Man, that's a wild story. It's a wild story. What is this? He said, "Why are y'all gaslighting? They will gaslight you." Because that's what we are doing. What does it say? The only one to slap Prince was his real father or Clarence Williams. Wow. Horrible. You laughing a little hard on that one.
I remember that movie, man. You knocked out of Prince across the room.
Tell him, Tammy. We say he doesn't have to go hard. The bitches came to him.
There it is.
Yeah, man. This is Prince, superstar Prince. You're Lisa Stansfield.
Put it this way: you weren't even on the list to get in the club. Okay, you weren't even on the VIP. Don't
They
even try it.
he come and meet me. What's good? Even if he was like, hey, you know what I'm saying? I was just trying to see what's up with you, you know, whoopty woo. You maybe want to come to Paisley Park and do a song. Even if he was spitting that game, you know, which could have been a code to be like, you know, ain't nowhere you'd be like, I just don't how does it get to that? Like, what he would have had to touch you or something, or you with your potty mouth.
Okay.
And he's supposed to. And we're talking about Prince. And he's supposed to be.
That didn't happen.
I want to dance.
Okay, we got some receipts now.
Go ahead.
What the hell was that?
That was Prince diving to the dance floor. Dancer G.
See, I'm looking at the chat now, and Miss Shanta Harper just broke it down. She says that Lisa married Homeskill in 98, so he wasn't even her husband back then.
Interesting.
So we have a fly in the ointment already. She's full of shit. My husband, you weren't married there, miss. Sorry. Try again.
Unless it was, I don't know. I'm not trying to cape for nobody, but been around the world. I I'm steady lying. Lord, okay, well, there you go.
Yeah,
ladies and gentlemen.
Not going to buy that one, baby. Sorry.
Yeah.
No.
With all of that, man, anything else I'm gonna get into before we get up out of here? Go ahead. Like, no.
You know, I'm gonna hold that one for another time.
All right. What have you been listening to lately?
You know, I've been doing a lot of Jimi Hendrix lately. I just picked up a recording from him at the classic Fillmore East from 1969, remastered in Super Audio CD, and Jimmy was that dude.
Ooh,
I mean,
okay.
He's so much more than Purple Haze and Foxy Lady and all that. No, there is so much to him, you know. And I gave, I pulled a big can on you. I gave Bitches Brew a listen again.
Interesting, you brought that up.
That is just head busting. Miles was like, I don't give a fuck. We don't play, and it's gonna go where it's gonna go. You have to be prepared for that.
And
some Ray Parker too lately.
Okay.
Ever since I saw his documentary, been getting out some of the classic Ray Parker stuff. Ray was that dude, man.
Yeah, but going back to that Miles thing, I just started watching that Miles Davis movie Don Cheadle did a few years ago.
Yeah.
I had never seen that before. I just started watching it last night. And I admittedly don't know a lot about his personal life, you know. And I was just like, it's a little hard to follow the movie because it jumps around in time a lot. But Miles Davis, if there was the internet back then and social media and Twitter, he would have been a damn fool. Like, he would have been one of them guys like, damn, he can't never stay out of trouble. Like, always in some shit. Like, I was shocked. I was like, damn, Miles Davis is no joke. Like, he pulled the gun out. I assume it's true. What was going on? The guy was trying to get his master reel tape or something.
Yeah, that was a mistake.
And Miles pulled the strap out and busted the shot. Like, I'm not playing with you. I was like, whoa, this gangster is hell. Yeah, he was a wild cat, man. I see why. Yeah, he's very interesting. I got to finish the movie. I think it's on like Amazon or something. But shout out to King and Queen again. Imagine if Charlie Murphy got wind of this story and shared it on Dave Chappelle. Yeah. Oh boy. That would have been some stuff. That I wonder if something where Prince got slapped, if he'd have been like on the phone, like, nah, Dave, that I ain't letting that one ride, dog. Y'all not gonna clown me. Getting
You let that
slapped.
go.
I don't know. I
He
wouldn't
let
be.
the pancakes go. So come on.
But yeah, but nobody's slapping Prince on the pancake story. Prince was the winner. This would have been a different look, I think. They'd be like, y'all laughing at me, or are you laughing with me?
They were
I don't
laughing
know,
at
Dave.
him. Blouses. You don't even get that in the men's section either. Come on, man.
Yeah, man. I wanted to show something else I just saw that I may have to pick this up. I don't know if you heard of this. Let me see. Y'all can see this. This right here. Before I get into this, thank you, Anil. Appreciate you, sir. Thank you so much. This is so I can read it. Yeah, so the Piano Man limited edition vinyl pre-order. It's $100. Who is the Piano Man? You see that picture right there. In 2016, under one of his lesser known monikers, the Piano Man, Shock G, from Mr. Humpty himself, Digital Underground, recorded a series of improvised solo piano sessions. These would be the last formal recordings by this brilliant musician before his passing in April of 2021, mixing sophisticated, I can't even, Ellington tinged jazz with this trademark joyful hip-hop sensibility. It was with great honor that we present the Piano Man on limited run 180-gram blue and black splatter vinyl. Woo! And there's four things on here. Round Midnight, Piano Man Blues, Willow Weep for Me, To Zion, extended version. This also includes never before seen artwork from Shock G, aka Rackadelic, and liner notes from Shock G's mother, father, and of course, funk legend George Clinton. 10% of the net proceeds will go to these charities: East Oakland Collective, shocknation.org, Reachability Foundation, and Sanctuary Stables. Ooh.
I was talking to Jackie about that this week too. I'm definitely picking this up.
Yeah, man. I might have to. I was trying to see if it was going to be available if it's available like on a CD or something. I don't know if I'd be able to do the 100 rack, but this is dope though. Shock G doing, and he was an ill musician, man. He was an ill piano player. I actually got to see him. I've told this before, but it was a small club here in Seattle. I had no idea he was going to be there. It was I forgot what they used to call that. I used to go every Saturday. It was downtown Seattle. They would have live musicians and then the DJ, but it was like in the height of neo soul. Shout out to Josh Series Media Group, my man John Moore, rest in peace. This was one of his things I used to go to. All my Seattle heads and industry cats know what I'm talking about. But one day I was just there. I used to get my little Corona and my kamikaze drink, being there, gigging, grooving. The band was playing. I just happened to look at the band, which is different people playing. And I was like, man, that keyboard player is kind of raw. I was like, what's that? And I looked, I was like, nigga, that's Shock G. I was like, huh? I was like, what? I was like, oh, he just sitting there with the band. They was vibing, man. I stayed the whole night just jamming. And I remember when they was done, and I was like, oh man, I gotta meet this cat. Man, I just went up to him. I was tipped out by that point. I've been drinking. I was like, yo, man, dope to see you here, bro. Da, da, da. He was like, I could tell he was gone. Like, I don't know if he was drinking. He was on something. He was on some other stuff. He was just like, oh yeah, man. And he took I had my drink in my hand. He took my drink and started drinking. And he was like, and I was like, I was just kind of like tripping. And I was like, and I was on my fanboy, because there's a song that they got called Man's Girl, which is actually my favorite Digital Underground song. And I was like, but it was not like a big single or nothing. It was on the later albums. I was like, that song Man's World's the cut, man. And he was like, oh yeah. Dun, 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 dun. He started kind of singing it. And I was like, oh shit. And he was like, nice to meet you. Kept it moving. It was done. But I always remember that. I was like, damn, that was the old dude. He was so different from the Shock, Humpty Hump thing. He was just like a cool ass cat. And I was like, man, that was dope. So I always knew, like, yeah, that dude's a musician, cat. Like, So anyway, so I'd say this might be a good little pickup, man. The piano, man. That's dope. That's dope. Hopefully we can hear that. But yeah, man. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think we're going to let y'all get on with your day. We might come back tonight for our little late night vibing. We'll see, stay tuned. We might turn on the night. I really got to figure another way to do it so that we can just
after dark, ladies. That's right.
We can just play the music without all the restrictions. So I'll look into that. We may have to go to Twitch or on the Discord. We can play what we want.
Can we do it on Instagram? Like no.
Well, you gotta. I'm not clicked in like that, so they'll shut my shit down. I'm not there yet. I might not get there with you, but anyway. With that said, sir, thank you so much.
The pleasure is always mine to serve.
All right. And everyone who has done super chats today, thank you. We definitely appreciate that. And working.
Wait. Mike, we got to do it tonight because I'm seeing the late night vibe sippy sip.
Oh, that's how we get down. Yeah, that's the get down. Yeah, man. You get in here and get to acting a damn fool.
The late night vibe sippy sip. That's gonna stick.
All right. Well then, is it me or you? Well, whatever it is, work it like a job. We will see you next time. Peace.